All right. What is up? What is up? What is up? It is not a typo. Your all whites are now available in Madden, and our Browns are going to be rocking the throwback whites with those helmets today for preseason week number 3 in Kansas City. Again, saw this one just a little bit more than a week ago now. Starters had a great first quarter, of course, winning that quarter 22-3, albeit without Mahomes. So excited to see this one. Again, Madden will play starters for the first 3 quarters on both sides, even if they're in the middle of a contract holdout, a la Chris Jones, or they're the best player on the planet, a la Patrick Mahomes. So excited to bring this one to you. Looks like the Browns are going to kick it off. Kit, how are we doing this morning?
Doing great, and always excited for Browns football, and love the threads, of course, look very clean. Great look. Excited to have those here in Madden, and should be a lot of fun here today.
Absolutely, it should. Welcome in, Mitchell. Let's go indeed, as Cade York just minutes away from being released, of course, here in preseason week number, I guess technically 4 for the Browns, but little did he know, or maybe he didn't, maybe he had to know.
Yeah,
his time
I think he was feeling.
So there is Patrick Mahomes, as you might imagine.
I think he was feeling his time was probably coming. He was going to need new scenery was coming.
Absolutely. Here's Mahomes on the first play, and Miles says, "Hello, Patrick. Nice to see you." Garrett gets home on the first play of the game for an 8-yard loss.
Oh, big time rush out on that edge from one number 95 to get home on the first play of the day.
Mahomes' second pass over the middle and incomplete. Big coverage there by Owusu Koromoa. Hey, Keith, greetings. Good morning to you as well. Now Mahomes on a 3rd and 18. He'll step up in the pocket. Now he'll just chuck it out of bounds. And Browns go 3 and out. Nice defensive stand for them to start the game. Way to exert your will and get a good start to this one, forcing a punt.
Well, that's the recipe for success right there. Started from the very first snap of the day. If you want to keep Mahomes and these Chiefs at bay, you got to pressure Mahomes. That is the only way to bring him down to earth, if you will, in terms of his passing prowess. Is if you pressure him, and that early sack and some pressure after that certainly was what they needed.
First play of the day for the Browns, and they try to run a little stretch to the left out of the pistol, and Nick Chubb's going to go down at the line of scrimmage. Justin Reed, the safety amongst those who got there. Now 2nd and 10, they'll go Chubb again. He'll try the right side, breaks the first tackle, but cannot break the 3rd or the 4th tackle. He'll actually lose a yard, and so now immediately a 3rd and long for the Browns offense, just like it was for the Chiefs offense. Trips to the left side, and Chubb lined up as a wing on the left. This is a screen formation, I'm just warning you. But they're not going to run screen. Watson's going to run for his life, and he will also throw it away. So both defenses stout on their opening drives, and the Browns will also go 3 and out and punt this one away to start the game.
Yeah, Keith, I'm a big fan of the clean. I was already a big fan of the all whites without the white helmet, with the traditional helmet, of course. But the white helmet in the mix with the all whites is just such a good look. I really like it. I'm a big fan. So I know there was a lot of the fan base that a lot liked it, and then there were some traditionalists that really weren't sure if they were going to like it or didn't think they would. But I do think it's a clean look, and I think there's going to be a lot of I think a lot of folks will embrace the look as it gets out there on the field and you get to see it in action.
Absolutely. So the first down of the game is now achieved. Kadarius Toney on the receiving end of that one, just 6 yards, but the first down is picked up. Good morning, Karen. Go Browns, Cavs, Guardians, and Buckeyes, of course. And Darnell, good morning to you, as well as they'll swing it right to Pacheco, and he'll be tackled in space by Taki A lot of TFLs to start this game on both sides of the football. Again, Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports joining you here. It is officially our 2023 season sim. This is the final preseason game. Good coverage there by Denzel to knock that one out of the hands of MBS. So we're so excited to bring it to you. We will have our official Browns-Bengals Week 1 sim coming up later this week, as well as maybe some other Week 1 sims from around the league. So excited to be officially in game week here. We get real NFL football in mere days, friends. We have made it, and that is awfully exciting. Five wide here for Mahomes. 10:44 to play. He'll roll now. Pressure from Z. Ball comes out, and Tomlinson falls on it. The Browns have a first down at the 36. Big Z knocked it out, and Dalvin picked it up. That's the Andrew Berry special on that play.
Yeah, sure was. The old pressure creating havoc back there, as we've been talking about already in this game, and having two brand new pieces from the D-line that Andrew Berry brought along to do just that kind of stuff, and boy, did they deliver in a big spot there.
They sure did. How about Chubb delivering, fighting really hard for 7 yards. He probably should have earned about 20 on that one. The net result is 7. That gets him into positive yardage. 2nd and 3 now. Watson back to pass. Just his second attempt of the game. He'll zip it on the run and just a little bit out of the outstretched arms. Like the Chief was the intended receiver, and Watson's got to try to put that one on him if possible.
Yeah, Chief's got some big arms, though. You'd expect him to put his arms out, at least make an attempt at the ball.
3rd and 3, and they run the 2-yard stick route. That's not the way you draw it up. Let's see if Stefanski chooses to go for it here on 4th and 1.
Yeah, and a stick.
It looks like the offense is on the field here. No, it's not. It was just a dump off, I suppose. But they're going to go for it here. 4 wide. Spread them out. Watson back to pass. Floated. Corner of the end zone. Knocked away. It looked like Cooper might have been able to catch it as he was falling to the ground. So they took a shot there on 4th and 1. And we will flip the field, turn it over on downs.
I like,
you like that call, Kit?
Well,
the shot play on 4th and 1?
I don't think they intended it as the call. It's just he liked the fact that he had single man out on the outside locked up, and he trusted his guy to go win the route. And not a bad pass, just unfortunately wasn't able to create the separation on the route. And then really the part that I'm really going to gripe about is the receiver had the opportunity. I think it was Cooper out on the outside. I didn't catch the number. I think it was Cooper. Had the opportunity to catch it, as you mentioned it already, on the second effort when it was coming to the ground. And maybe he lost track of it, but that would have been the best opportunity to make the catch. And an elite NFL quarterback or wide receiver probably does make that catch there for the touchdown.
Morning and welcome in, Dwayne. Welcome in, Mason. So the go for it on 4th and 1. They did not hand it to Chubb. This time again, they tried the shot play, but it does not hurt them. And they will get the football right back as Tommy Townsend boots it through the end zone. And with 7:41, starters will come back out onto the field. I think Watson's only completed one pass, and that was that 2-yard dump off to Nick Chubb. So let's try to get some offense and some rhythm going. He'll throw here. Chiefs blitzing. He'll throw to the right side, and Peoples-Jones has it knocked out of his hands by L'Jarius Sneed.
He's
now
got to catch
2nd and 10.
He's got to catch that one. That's a ball you expect DPJ to come away with.
Watson's going to chuck this one deep to the left side. Looked like Moore was down there, but he didn't even give him a shot out of bounds. And now another 3rd and long here for the Browns. Just a little bit out of sorts so far in the pass game to start. Now he'll fire left side. There's the skinny little dig, and it's a first down to Amari Cooper. Give him 20. They needed 10, and now the Browns up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was an important throw right there. A little rhythm throw. Throw him out of his break right after the break. Ball is on point. That was important, and now you see him completing passes downfield for a second in a row right there. That was important.
Morning and welcome in, Rick. Back to pass now. Watson again. He'll roll right, fire to Chubb out of the backfield. That's a first down and more to the 45 as they go into Chief territory. So 3 quick completions in a row for Watson after we called him out for his 1 of 5 start. Posick snapping it back. Now Watson. Dump it again. Just getting the ball in Chubb's hands as many times as possible, as many ways as possible. Feels like something we could see in real life. I think he's going to have more catches than he's ever had this season.
Yeah, I agree he will. I just don't expect it to be...
2nd and 9 now for Watson.
I don't expect it to be at the expense of running the ball either, though.
That's fair. 3rd and 9 after another single coverage attempt for DPJ. Now fired over the middle, and this time Peoples-Jones does hold on. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and 10 situations, but another strike on the dig route to Donovan Peoples-Jones. Watson now back to pass. He'll dump it left side, and he's got Elijah Moore, his first touch of the game for 5. Spreading it around, trying to keep all of the parties involved as much as possible. The safety, Jalen Watson, brings him down now. Out of the shotgun, here comes Chubb. He'll try the middle, and he'll run into Chris Jones. And let's say he picks up about 2 that time before going to the ground. Third and 3 now. Watson signaling something to the right side. Now Chubb will try the right. Can he do it? He can. He sticks his foot in the ground for a nice run. Good cut there in the hole and a first down for Nick Chubb. Looking extra clean in those all-white throwbacks. Watson again. Dump it to Chubb. And Chubb to the 10 now. It's 2nd and 4. Mason, I think 16, yeah, I don't know if he'll ever get to 22 unless we're just way up on somebody and they give him the ball every carry of the 4th quarter or something. I don't know. Kid, do you feel like 22 carries feels like a lot per game? No, I think he could have 22 touches, but I don't know about 22 carries.
Yeah, I think the touches is a little bit more likely the mark. The 15-ish carries in a game is probably going to be a little closer. And now he is going to carry a lot more of the load on 3rd down. We're not going to see Hunt in there, obviously. And then, of course, you don't have a back that replaces Hunt in that way. So yeah, I mean, he might get up to 20 in a game, but those are going to be the games where we're winning pretty handily, I think.
Chief in the back of the end zone. I'm sure they'll review it. He doesn't even do the Chief slam. Maybe he's not that confident. Watson slings it. I think he's in.
I think that's a
I'm sure they're going to review it, but man, they're not even going to review it. Yeah, they're not even going to review it. Just trot Cade back out there. And how about that touchdown at the very, very back of the end zone? 15 plays, 79 yards, over 6 minutes off the clock, and the Browns get in to the end zone.
Yeah, that's a fair point too, Mason. On weather days, they will run more.
Yeah, I was going to say we do. We do, but I've noted they kind of front-loaded the home games this year, though. Did you notice that? So try to maybe avoid some of that grossness.
Right. Well, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Build the dome. Build the darn dome.
That's right. Do it already.
Coming, and Miles balls out again. Can somebody pick it up? Z does! First down, Browns at the 5. Miles pokes it out, and Z picks it up. 1st and goal, Browns.
Demolition Dogs, here they are, absolutely feeding against these Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes, the victim of this line and this pressure on multiple occasions now. That one, a very important one, as now the offense is sitting in the catbird seat.
Absolutely is. All right, they'll spread him out. 4 wide, back to pass. Watson, right side, caught for a touchdown. It's the Browns from 5 yards out. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Complimentary football is alive and well in the all-whites.
Yeah, that was pure complimentary football. No wasted effort whatsoever. They go right out on the field. One play, one throw, one touchdown. That's all you needed. And all set up by the fact that that was a beautiful field position to get that strip sack and fumble recovery.
Absolutely. It was 14-0, much like the first quarter that actually happened in Kansas City, except this one's against Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes. Good tackle there on the kick. Tony Fields, D'Anthony Bell. I did notice in the new update of the game, not only did we get the nice new all-white throwbacks, Ronnie Hickman did make the game. They still haven't made Mahmoud. He still isn't in there.
No Diabate, but we got Hickman. All right.
No love for my guy Mahmoud. We'll have to make Diabate.
That's fair. I will say, though...
I'm sure there'll be one more update this week, I guess. But
sure. I will say, though, to be fair, the Browns also have their stars not in bubble wrap for this game. So, although, obviously Jones is not truly in bubble wrap. He's on a strict holdout. But, yes, all the stars out and for both teams.
That is true. That is very true. Batonio in there, Chubb in there, obviously, and Miles, who's been quite impactful to start the game here. 10 seconds to go after a nice throw for the first down. He'll zip it over the middle to Tony. And Tony will be brought down by Mike Ford, who's in the game. So maybe some stamina subs already being used by the Browns defense, just trying to get some new bodies in there. So that was a nice first quarter. Browns 14, Chiefs 0. It has been highlighted by the demolition dogs, who have been barking loudly here, wreaking havoc in the backfield, sacking Mahomes, I think 4 times. 2 of those were strip sacks that turned into fumble recoveries for the Browns.
Yep.
So both their touchdown drives were on very short. Actually, I guess the one was long. The other one was very, very short.
Yep. Yes, Wendell, welcome in. The white helmets have making their
Second
debut
one.
here for the fact that that they finally released them in the game. So we're excited to bring them here on the channel now that they're in the game. It is a great look. Love the throwback to the old era. And yes, Rick, to answer your question, some of the white helmets did have the numbers on the side, but not all of them. Some of them were without the number also.
Yes, so these are not the throwback, the 75th anniversary ones that we sported last year. These are the new super throwback ones or whatever that are truly all white, as Nathan Zagura would like to say.
That's right.
White. Newsom with a nice break up there, sets up a 2nd and 10. Chiefs have made it to the 34-yard line.
Nice PBU to be sure. I thought for a minute he might pick and go the distance, though.
Indeed, there's a zip to Noah Gray on the right side, and he'll pick up a first down. So Mahomes now, of course, you never can count him out, even in the preseason here, and now he's got his team back into the scoring range of the field. Now he'll roll left. Now he'll reset his feet. Zip it on a line for a touchdown to Pacheco. And Isaiah Pacheco beat Thornhill. Emerson was also in the vicinity, but that do-everything out of the backfield 7th-round pick from Rutgers strikes. He does a nice job of rolling and resetting his feet, and that was just a missile right there. And Pacheco does the rest.
Well, that's what Mahomes can do to you. He just has an ability to not only create plays out of almost nothing, but also find those weaknesses in the defense and put just bullets downfield in those tight windows. That one wasn't especially tight, but he carves up the defense nicely there.
What do they say? A good throw beats good coverage every time. I feel like he was pretty well covered, but Mahomes just put that thing on a laser beam. So 14-7, Watson back out onto the field. Just the early stages here of the second quarter. Again, remember, in Madden, they will play the starters for 3 quarters and then do the mass subs. So we will see starters on starters for the majority of this game. Dump it to Chubb out of the backfield. He'll run for a nice run after the catch. Give him 16 and a first down I love that when Watson spins, he's at least throwing it in the vicinity of Browns players and now not just the opponents.
Right. I still hate the mechanics, the off-platform, terrible, like, most quarterbacks are not making those kind of plays just because they're risky. I mean, when you're that off-platform with a throw, it's very difficult to be not only accurate, but to get the power you need on it. So I still would hope to eliminate those somewhat, but certainly glad there's at least a receiver there.
How about a tight end screen to the Chief, and it'll pick up the yardage needed for the first down. We've seen that tight end screen. That is a Stefanski thing from time to time. So nice conversion there for the Browns. Now they're into Chief territory. Here comes a big blitz. They pick it up right side, wide open on the right side, and he dropped it again. Peoples-Jones.
That's his second ugly drop of the ball game. DPJ really struggling here as he needs to pick that up. He can't afford those kind of drops, and Watson will go away from him if he continues to drop it like that.
Dump off over the middle to Chubb, gets them back into a third and manageable situation. And yeah, that seems very un-DPJ-like. That one especially. He was wide open, just doinked right off his brick hands. Out route to the Chief for the first down, and yes, the dogs are barking this morning.
That's right. Just trying to cheer on our Brownies, that's all. They know what's up. You're supposed to do that on defense, though, dogs. Come on now.
Annoying dad, but yes, that's all. Yes. Throw it to the right side, and this time Donovan Peoples-Jones does make the catch. Trent McDuffie, in apparently a very large elbow brace, makes the tackle. Yeah, I don't know if 24-6 is going to be the play breakdown quite that much, as here's pass number 25. It's a laser over the middle to the Chief to the 1. They'll say the 2, first and goal Browns.
Well, it had to be a laser because he just snuck it past the defender to get into the Chiefs' hands there. That power was the only thing that allowed it.
So I think this is going to be pass interference, but Cooper catches it anyway. Let's have to see what the flag is. And it is pass interference on Trent McDuffie again, picking on that this is on the strong safety, Mike Edwards. Browns will, of course, decline, and it's another touchdown pass to Amari Cooper. And now the Browns' passing game has come to life.
Yeah, Mason, I would have liked to see a replay on that as well, to that absolute bullet that snuck its way into the Chief, because that was incredible that he managed to get it past that tight defense. He had 2 defenders right in the area, one that really had a shot at the ball. Somehow he snuck it past him, and only with the power on the throw. So yeah, replay there would have been nice, but unfortunately we're stuck with what Madden gives us, and it's not always what you would want.
Yeah, I agree. That sometimes it's like, cool, that was a 4-yard completion. We've seen it 4 different replays of it. But then, yeah, it's like a 30-plus yard completion with a laser beam of a throw. We don't need to watch that one.
Right, you got one, especially one that it's not just that it was a laser beam, but it was into really tight coverage, tight window, an incredible completion over a defender, or really almost through the defender to get it to his tight end. I mean, that was absolutely replay worthy. Any NFL, producer worth his salt is going to go in and be like, yeah, let's take another look at that one, because that was an incredible throw and an incredible catch to get them into the red zone down to the 2. I mean, that seems pretty obvious to me.
Quick little throw to the right side. Mahomes this time. I think it could have been an RPO. MVS on the other end. I don't see Kelsey in the game. I've seen a bunch of Noah Gray. I wonder if he got nicked up. But I thought I had their injuries turned off. Maybe I just have them turned really low. I don't know. Anyway, Pacheco out of the backfield, another first down. Or here come the Chiefs, under 8 to play in this first half.
Could it be the rearing of the head of that
stamina sub?
That horrible stamina sub glitch nonsense?
Well, I mean, could be. I guess it could be. I was going to say, there's actually a button for it now that you can turn it off, the progressive fatigue or whatever they try to call it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I turned it off for this franchise mode.
Right.
Pressure again. Mahomes fires a dart, but knocked away by Delpit. That's what you want your safety to do in the back end, and now a 3rd and 10. But yeah, it's definitely 83 in all of their single tight end formations.
Sure is.
Over the middle, and MVS will complete the first down.
Well, he kept running backwards for a minute.
Yes, the rosters did update in the game. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was going to say, he started running backwards on that one. For a minute there, I thought he was going to continue running backwards out of a first down. That was almost very ugly by MVS because he ended up about 5 or 6 yards behind of where he caught it. If he went only like 2 or 3 more, he'd have lost that first down.
We have seen that for sure. 21-7 under 7 to play here in the first half. Right side throw. Pacheco, 3-2-1. And they'll say his knee went down at the 2. He was wide open again. Mahomes is picking apart the zone defense the few times that they are playing zone, and maybe Madden will quickly learn that they're not going to play a ton of zone. Now Pacheco into the end zone, touchdown for the Chiefs. So, Wendell, the rosters do, I think Madden updates them like once a week, and so there has been an official roster update. So like Ronnie Hickman, for instance, was not in the game and now is in the game, but like we were talking about before, Mahmoud Diabate is not even on the Browns like preseason roster yet. So clearly some things to go, and they also haven't done a lot of, and like Josh Dobbs is off of the Browns roster now too. But they haven't really done any ratings changes yet. So like Watson's still 78, DTR is still 61. So those they'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, they won't change
how they actually play in the regular season.
Right.
Before,
they won't change
before
ratings.
They start getting boosts.
They won't change ratings till the actual season is going. That's for sure. So obviously, Browns fans, if you're also a fan of Madden having something similar to what you expect out there, you got to hope that the Browns go out there and just stick it to the Bengals.
Yeah. For many reasons, Madden would be one of them.
Yes. But really, for the rating purposes, you're hoping that they go out there and don't just win, but they go, like, absolutely steamroll them.
Yeah, for sure. You're not wrong, Don. They definitely have, like, there's more trash talking. There's, like, some, like, pick dudes up and suplex them style tackles that are in this one. They definitely have made it a little bit more physical and intense, trying to get you into the game, Jordan Akins with a nice 11-yard catch over the middle now, a 3rd and 1. But yes, Mason, there is at least a button when you create the franchise to turn off progressive fatigue, which in theory helps you eliminate that weird stamina glitch where, yeah, it especially gets worse near the end of the year. But yeah, and like I said, I watched a couple videos trying to explain it to me, and it just doesn't make any sense. But it's a thing.
It's a feature. It's such a feature that they had to build in another feature to get rid of it.
Depleting pancake blocks.
I was going to say it's such a feature that you had to build in a button to eliminate it. Feature within the feature.
That's right. Here's a quick RPO. They found the open receiver. Elijah Moore took it for 9, just his second catch. Now it's a 3rd and 1. 11 personnel as we plan to see a lot. Watson's actually going to climb under center. Turn around. Chubb, right side. Meets Nick Bolton in the hole, but he's able to get the first down. So Chubb just 9 for 24. Again, we've also talked about his 6 or so catches. We're now under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Browns lead 21-14. Again, it is starters on starters with the, again, odd exception of Travis Kelce for some reason not being in there, and this time Chubb will be swarmed at the line. They are really selling out to stop Nick Chubb. Maybe part of the reason the Browns have thrown it at a 3-to-1 ratio here to start the game. Watson back to pass. Now he'll fire right side again. This time it's caught by the Chief on the sideline. That'll pick up 5 of the 10 that is needed. I think he'd have to be really special and I don't know how it would probably have to be at least halfway through the season, if not longer.
I would expect if that's going to happen, if that's going to happen, it won't be this season in Madden. It'll be the next iteration of the game before they bring him out as an X Factor or trot him out as an X Factor. I don't think that'll happen mid-season. Even if he is, incredible, I don't think that it's very likely they're going to go and make him an X Factor. But, on the other hand, if he goes out and just balls out and is like MVP of the league kind of thing, I would expect they probably make him an X Factor next season.
Yeah, I don't know I'm not sure. Again, we haven't been in the exhibition mode. We might try that this year a lot. But I don't know what the precedent is for adding and taking aways of X Factors and superstars and stuff. Because I can definitely see like Denzel getting his superstar back. I can see JOK getting a I could see some extra superstars being added. Chief could be there. Elijah Moore could be there. Greg Newsome could be there. Delpit could be. I mean, you could have a lot of guys who play really well and maybe get that, the next one up. But to go all the way from nothing, which is what he is, to a X Factor, I do not foresee it happening.
Right. Well, one of the things...
First and goal now. There's 25 seconds left in the half. Plenty of time. Watson throws away. Sorry.
I was going to say, one of the things that'll be interesting, again, exhibition mode may answer some of the mail, but create other issues in its stead. So I guess we'll have to see where we end up, but certainly could expect some potential movement on the roster in terms of X Factors, which would be a big deal, or superstars, those kinds of things. Which you wouldn't necessarily see organically in the franchise as to what's actually going on in the season, right? If the Browns miss another opportunity there, good red zone defense here from the Chiefs.
More drops. Yep.
And more drops.
Two drops in the end zone, one for Cooper, one for Peoples-Jones. And they'll set up for Cade York, and his kick is up and good. Even he can't miss this one.
But I was going to say, one of the things to avoid that progressive, one of the things to avoid that progressive fatigue thing that we were talking about entirely without that, because I don't know how the button's going to work. Is the button going to actually remove the fatigue piece, or is it going to remove the sub them out piece? So who knows what happens with that? Whereas exhibition mode would never have any kind of progressive fatigue because it's not built on anything that went before it. So different to discussion, but yes, Alan, very glad to have you. Well, thanks for joining. The jerseys look great. Very excited that they released that here in game. Finally, that's why we're rocking them here in this one. But definitely appreciate you watching the channel here. I'm glad to have you here in the live chat.
When to remember, we are still on the pre-cut rosters, so this is still technically preseason game number 3, and Cade York was the kicker on that team, so none of the cuts have been made yet. This will be the last time that you see Cade York kick in a Browns jersey, and then he will be on to different, maybe greener pastures. Watson changes the play, and he'll throw it quickly to the left side, and this time Moore is able to hold on. 2nd and 5. Watson over 225 yards passing in that first half here. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy, Nagy on Sports. Appreciate everybody being on. Again, we are officially into our 2023 official season sim. This is our 9th sim season of Madden football, which is pretty wild to think about. I was a strike to Moore on a post down the middle. That's into Chief territory and a big play on that 2nd and 5. Look at the replay on this one now. Watson, the beautiful throw, threaded right between the two linebackers on the hook zones and right in front of the corner. Great throw there for Watson. So we appreciate everybody being on. Thank you so much to our subscribers. You guys are the best. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, we would very much appreciate that. Also, make sure you like the video. That helps continue to grow our audience. We picked up a few more subscribers even over the weekend, so appreciate those ones. And this time Watson's going to be picked. It looked like maybe just an inaccurate throw. Cooper was the intended target, and he just jumped right in front of Cooper. And Watson will throw the first turnover of the day for the Browns to the safety, Justin Reed.
Yep, I just think you didn't see Reed setting up camp there underneath. Just misread the coverage and wasn't expecting him to be there. And Deshaun Watson with not a great throw, straight to the defender, really. But I will say, Wendell, however, that this is preseason roster, so you know the Browns, the folks that are on the Browns are folks that were on the Browns in the preseason here. So we haven't matched the roster yet. That's why you see Cade York out there. Hopkins wasn't yet on the team for the Chiefs game. As you remember, the Chiefs game is where York really struggled with the opportunity to win it at the end and lost or missed the kick. And ultimately decided his own fate to find greener pastures elsewhere. Which is why he's here for us here in our preseason, but he'll be gone off of the channel immediately, or at least for the Browns, immediately after this.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, going back to the X Factor thing, the last few years we've always done our Sims in the franchise mode, and in the franchise mode, dudes can absolutely get dev trait upgrades. So that's why you have seen, previous seasons where Baker might end the year as a superstar, or a receiver pops, a defender pops as an X Factor or something, just because they've done really, really good, like in our franchise. But whether or not Madden actually changes that on their level, we'll have to kind of wait and see if we sort of go with the let's roll an exhibition mode officially and then match it in our franchise, which is what we're leaning towards, just to replicate every single roster move and then Madden's decision to change ratings for players. Second and 8 now for Mahomes. Again, this drive started on the interception. He'll go to the end zone, knocked away. Juan Thornhill got up there, maybe could have picked it, but instead swats it out of bounds, sets up a 3rd and 8. And yes, happy Labor Day to everyone. Appreciate that, Wendell. Back to pass. Mahomes in trouble. Pressure coming. He somehow gets away from Miles and throws it away. I'm not sure how he escaped that one, but they're able to force him to throw it away. And now Harrison Butker is going to come in and try to make this a touchdown game. If you are a Nagion Nation fan, a subscriber of the channel, and you'd like to take your fandom to the next level, I encourage you to join us on our Discord channel. Discord is free and easy to use, and there is an invite link in the description of this and any of our other videos. Feel free to hop on there and join us. We like to chat between our Sims about all things football, mostly Browns, but all things football, as well as vote on other things. And he's going to throw another pick. It looked like, I'm not even sure what that was, but Drew Tranquil was right there. It looked like it was one of those double slants, and Cooper got knocked over, but that might have been after the interception. And so back-to-back interceptions here for Deshaun Watson, just trying to let the Chiefs right back into the game.
Yeah, I think that was another mental error, actually, from Deshaun Watson, just not recognizing the coverage there, as he had a linebacker underneath the coverage in the spot there. He put it, really where you can't afford to in that coverage. So not exactly sharp here. I don't know what happened. He was looking good earlier, but after they got him kind of on pace with a few completions, he was looking good, and then kind of fell off. Just, two bad coverage reads in a row from TW4.
Tony into the end zone, and that's going to be a tie ball game. So Madden good and Madden, and yeah, you hopefully don't see that. I mean, that's that's a lot of teams run slants, and they're several coverages have that linebacker kind of sinking down into that preferred slant spot.
Yep.
But yeah, him wildly missing it like that is not something that we hope to see, at least. And again, we've goosed him a little bit, but certainly not maybe to where he should be. We've just turned up his awareness higher than Mike White's.
because that's a high bar right there.
24-24 here. 10:06. I know. 10:06 in the third quarter here. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy on sports. Browns giving up 10 straight points off 2 interceptions, and now right side, and this one's going to be caught in traffic. DPJ's had a couple of drops. That was a really nice catch amongst several of those red jerseys to pick up 7. Turn around, play action. Firing it right side, little levels concept. It's Akins to the 50, to the 40, and into Chief territory. The Watson to Aiken connections we know is a pre-existing one, and we know that they've got some juice together, and that's a nice play on that levels concept to Jordan Akins.
Welcome in, 504. Yeah, it has been a fun game. I mean, kind of up and down for both teams at times. Some turnovers for going both ways. I think it's, 2-2 now? But Brown's certainly putting something together here after 2 back-to-back interceptions.
Yep, Browns have 2 forced fumbles on sacks, strip sacks that they recovered, and Watson has thrown 2 interceptions in back-to-back drives immediately preceding this one. Browns are up 21-7, and the Chiefs have started to storm their way back as Chubb lowers his head. He's had tough going today, just 11 carries, only 27 yards, so he is struggling to get past that initial hole because it's been filled with red jerseys.
Well, unfortunately, I think
24-24, back to pass. Watson. I'm going to dump it to Chubb for a short game. Go ahead, Kit.
I was going to say, unfortunately, the one of the things we have been griping about here on the channel that just never really has gotten its just rewards or really the diligence, the attention it deserves is Nick Chubb in the running game. Not only handing the ball off to him more frequently, but also just that he's not going to be tackled by a single tackler. He's not. I mean, the only version of Nick Chubb in the game that we see is when he's in the zone. That's when he looks the most like Chubb. But unfortunately, that should be all the time, not just when he happens to get into the zone, which is not all that frequently anyway. And that also, by the way, is a disservice to our offensive line. They're not only one of the best offensive lines in the game, but they're probably the best run blocking line in the game. They were built specifically for it, right? So, it is a big disservice to their efforts as well.
Big blitz coming. They're going to throw a screen against it to Chubb. And he's going to struggle, but gets stopped right at the line to gain. Here's a 4th and 1 from the 3, and I can only assume Kevin's going to go for it, yes. And he is. Offense stays on the field. I will say, I like this improvement. They definitely go for it more on 4th down when the Browns actually would, and he'll knife it into DPJ for a touchdown. Thought he was going to tuck it and run it himself, kept his eyes up the field, and he flashed it to his receiver in the back of the end zone. Look at that. Beautiful look at the throw. He threw it behind him to keep Nick Bolton from knocking it out of his hands. And that's a touchdown for the Browns.
Absolutely, you got it. That's exactly what happened right there. Watson throwing him to a spot open. Yeah, it was behind him. Luckily, he trusted DPJ to make that catch after DPJ had made a couple of difficult ones. Remember, DPJ had those earlier drops, so Watson trusting him in that spot says something, considering that was a difficult catch behind the motion to be able to twist your body or torque your body back around and make that grab. But he had to put it there because the defensive window was closing, and if he leads DPJ, that's an incompletion for sure.
Indeed it is. Back to pass Mahomes. Quick little throw over the middle. And in the past, we have always done our own playbook to kind of goose up the increased likelihood of the run plays. So we'll give it a few weeks of running the quote lives to Stefanski playbooks and see maybe if they're a little bit more responsive. Although we, by all accounts, expect it to be a little bit closer to 70-30, 65-35 in terms of pass to run. It's just that's where the NFL has gone, and the Browns are starting to build their team that way as well. And again, he's struggling on the ground, but he does have like 11 catches for 90 yards. So they're definitely getting the ball into Nick Chubb's hands. It's just maybe not the exact way that we would like it to happen. Mahomes over the middle again to Noah Gray, who's played pretty well in the unknown absence of Kelsey. Is he like hurt in real life? Because sometimes if they have like pre-existing injuries, like will he start the season on IR or something?
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard that.
If there are pre-existing injuries, they're already hurt. Like Jacob Phillips isn't in the game, for instance. Mike Woods isn't in the game, for instance. They have the pre-existing injuries. And now when you download the new rosters, Jakeem Grant not in the game with pre-existing injuries. So that could be the case, but otherwise I don't think he should have gotten injured in the Sims. Nice defense there.
Yeah,
Walker.
With a guy as high profile as Travis Kelce, you'd have to imagine that would be newsworthy enough that we'd know he was out. Because he's not like he's a small figure in the NFL. I understand not knowing, the depths of all the rosters, but like the superstars, if a superstar's not going to make a debut in week 1, like how much do we hear about Joe Burrow? Obviously we're playing them, but we heard plenty about Joe Burrow, and he's going to play.
Yeah. And there is Gray again. So he's played pretty well. Has Noah Gray. Anthony Walker beat on the coverage there. 1st and 10 now. It looks like they can technically get a first down at like the 1-inch line, but for all intents and purposes, this is a 1st and goal. And Pacheco is going to get about 9/10 of it on that first carry of the day. Thornhill saves the touchdown. And now Mahomes and the Chiefs will spread him out 4 wide. Sorry, excuse me. Nice defense there in the backfield by Delpit, the defensive backfield rather, and now a 3rd and 1. And now Pacheco easily into the end zone. Shelby Harris got pushed off the ball there by Creed Humphrey, the center, and that's going to be another touchdown for Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. I haven't seen much of Clyde Edwards-Helaire in this one. And now 31-31 with the Butker kick, all but assuredly going through, which it does. 10 plays, 80-yard drive, and again, that's what Mahomes can do. 31-31. Again, all the starters will check out in 1 minute and 56 seconds. Can the Browns put more points on the board with their starters? He might. They spent some money. The former Chief and Raven Orlando Brown, of course, supplanting Jonah Williams on the left side, but we'll have to see how it goes, as this one could have and should have been pick 6. Mike Edwards jumped the route, and Cooper got lucky over there. He would have been dancing in the end zone. Actually, I guess Watson got luckier than Cooper on that one. Little out route to Akins, and it's incomplete. Watson, he's trying to get every ounce of it now. This is going to be his 52nd pass attempt here on 3rd and 10, and still less than 3 full quarters, as they have thrown the ball a lot in this one.
Well, a couple things to say to that. Number one, I don't think
again, and he's got a wide open Moore on the left side. First down.
That was beauty right there.
Sorry,
wide open was Moore. Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say, I don't think. A couple things to bring up about 52 throws at a preseason game. I don't think you'll ever see 52 from Watson for the Browns. I just think that's incredibly unlikely to have that many throws for him, especially in 3 quarters. That's just insane. And then number 2, yes, in theory, if the Browns were in preseason mode and like, hey, we really want to work on our passing game, we want to see what we've got with our starters. Yes, maybe they would call a game where they're going to throw, all over the yard just to work on concept, work on basics, and get the live reps in the passing game. That could theoretically be a thing. But I do not expect Madden to have that level of sophistication to be like, yeah, we'll just, they're working on their passing game, so throw it 50 times in the 3 quarters. You got them out there. I don't think that's what Madden's working with. This is just Madden doing silly Madden things.
And that is the end of the third quarter, 31-31. Well, you played the Super Bowl champs to a draw in 3 quarters again, and everybody except Kelsey in there, and that'll be the DTR time. They'll flip the field, flip the rosters, and now the backups will play the final 15 minutes of this game. And he'll give it up the middle to Felton. Again, the current Cincinnati Bengal, and he'll pick up 6 and sets up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, number 25 will be the new cornerback, Halasi, that they got off this Chiefs roster.
That's right, good call. And now a fire and touchdown! The Bishop Gorman connection, DTR, Cedric Tillman and the Browns score at the end of the long drive.
Good to see the backups come in and capitalize on the work that the starters had done to get them down the field. Put them in a position, see them in the red zone offense. Good execution there from the twos.
38-31. That was essentially the first play. I guess Felton ran it once too. Second play of the fourth quarter. Yeah, I don't even know if Halasi's on the roster for the Chiefs. I think they have to make him too.
Yeah, he was also an undrafted rookie free agent, so unlikely he's even in the game. You might very well have to make him.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Mason. I think Tillman's going to be a real contributor, especially in the red zone, because they just have a nice wealth of tall, athletic talent to get the football to in that part of the field. So I think this is Blaine Gabbard in. Now he'll hand it off to Jarek McKinnon. He's got a first down around the left side. Hey, Mudboy, welcome in. 38-31, Browns lead the Chiefs here. We are now officially into the second stringers on both sides. And a quick little throw to the left side and knocked down by Tony Fields. It is Blaine Gabbert. That will go for 2 yards to Matt Bushman, the third string tight end.
Well, I know Tarver's going to be out there getting on Tony Fields for that tackle.
Yeah.
That was an absolute... exactly what you don't want to do. Turning his back to the ball carrier, kind of making a tackle with just collision, no arms whatsoever, like the antithesis of a formed tackle. Tarver would be hopping mad about that one. Even though he made the tackle, it's about the technique that was absolutely lacking on that one. That's a way to get hurt, not a way to make a tackle in the NFL. Plus, more often than not, you're going to miss if you try to turn your head and body away from the ball carrier.
Oof, what a punt for Tommy Townsend. That thing just died at the 1. So 1st and 99 for DTR. If there's anybody up to the challenge, he is.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And yes, Mudboy, they just updated the game and they put our new throwbacks in and they look great.
Yeah, we love them. I'll tell you what, these second stringers certainly getting their situational football work in. First they had the ball right off of a nice long drive from the starters, so they start in the red zone, 2 plays capitalized with a touchdown. Now having to do the work your way out of the shadow of your end zone situational football. So excellent work here for the backups.
And a quick 28 yards as they ran with John Kelly, a nice one, and then a little play action to Jordan Akins. Gets them all the way up to the 29-yard line and a first down. Third catch of the day for Akins. DTR now in a shotgun. Nick Harris snaps it back to him. He'll fire right side. Skinny, but not skinny enough, and it's picked off. I think that's Watson on the other end. Jalen Watson. An interception as he tried to really thread the needle in on that dig. And Watson is going to be the one who actually snags it out of the air. Let's see how close it was. Looks like he just kind of ran the route. Goodwin sort of went to the ground. And Watson takes it away from him, and DTR throws an interception.
Well, unfortunately, DTR needed to look off the safety, then throw it more into the gap. He didn't do either. He really threw it into a very tight window because of it, and as a result, he ended up on the wrong side of the throw where the defender had a better shot at the ball than the receiver. If he leads that a little bit further, that ends up in the hands of the safety. If he looks off the safety before then leads it a little bit further, then perhaps Goodwin has a chance at it. But ultimately, that's not the right read for DTR, and he ends up making a bit of a rookie mistake there.
First down there from Gabbert to Blake Bell, another tight end on this roster. Remember, Blake Bell was actually the quarterback at Oklahoma. He was like a short yardage running specialist QB. He's been a tight end in the NFL, sort of like everybody wanted to do with Tebow originally. And knocked away in the end zone. Great play. Kunashik was there. DeAnthony Bell was there. And a second and goal now for Gabbert and the Chiefs. Gabbert climbs under center. He'll turn around, play action. Fields doesn't bite on it, and he'll sack him back to the 12-yard line. Tony Fields. He poses for a selfie on top of the quarterback's body. 5th sack of the day for the Demolition Dog.
Yeah, I have a feeling, I know Madden is having fun with their animations, but that's likely a flag at the NFL, the whole taunting thing. Like, if you're just going to lay there on the quarterback and take a selfie, I'm pretty sure they're going to flag you. Just saying.
They'll throw it short. Good tackle for Rodney McLeod, and they will hold them to a 4th and goal all the way back at the 9, and Andy Reid will choose to go for the field goal here. Still 8-10 to go in the game, but the Browns will survive the DTR interception, and at this point are going to be able to get the football back with still the lead intact. 8:08 to go on the clock. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy on Sports, guys. We appreciate you being on. This wraps up our official preseason coverage. The next time that we sim, it will be real regular season football, so we're excited to bring that one to you. We'll always do the Browns games. Usually happens somewhere around Thursday, Friday in the week, just so that we know who's going to be in the games. In addition, we will have some polls available on our Discord channel, and basically we'll just have all of the games, regardless of AFC or NFC, on there for you to vote for. And then we'll just go with the top vote getter, and if I've got time, we'll do it. And then if we have time for a second one, we'll do the next highest one. And if we have time for a third one, etc. throughout the course of the season. So really, really excited to get our official season sims going. And again, the first plan is to run them in exhibition mode so that we can get the most up-to-date rosters each time. And that way I don't have to try to continue to recreate every time somebody gets dinged. In franchise mode, but if it becomes too much of a time suck because it makes the Sims 20 minutes longer with all the extended cutscenes, we still may go back. We'll have to see. Another catch for Tillman now. Back to pass DTR. He'll sling it right side, and it's caught by Tillman for a first down. They will give him forward progress all the way up to the 50. He got tackled back at the 45, but they'll give him that forward progress, rightly so. And a first down, Browns right at the midfield stripe. DTR again over the middle, diving, and he can't quite bring it in. That was Goodwin on the right side. He fully extended for that one and just couldn't quite bring it in. DTR now. Option keeper, and he'll follow it up the middle. Maybe should have gone to the outside. Kind of got lucky to get 4 yards there as the linebacker was like, hey, I'm pursuing the running back, but you have the ball, so I'll tackle you. 3rd and 6.
That was really odd. It looked like the linebacker was acting as the lead blocker in the hole. It was really bizarre.
Yeah. And now DTR tried to find something down the field, kept it as long as he could. He's going to end up taking a sack from Dickerson. And the Browns, at least they're going to punt from midfield. Maybe that glitch has been cleaned up? Maybe?
Maybe. Well, the good news,
nice punt by Bajorquez. This one will go out of bounds at the 9.
The one thing I'll say is, regardless of if that glitch is fixed in the for the Browns or not, I don't think we'll ever have to worry about it again because Dustin Hopkins is not known for his leg strength. He's a very accurate kicker when he's under 50 yards, but he's only 50% over 50 yards, which his leg strength. So I don't expect you're going to have to worry about Madden deciding to go for a stupidly long field goals, because it's not like he's got the leg power or the kick power to kick those anyway.
Gosh, we sure hope so. All right, pushed out of bounds. So good opportunity for the defense here to play a little game of defend the lead here now. 4:35 to go. Here's a 3rd and 6. Browns with the 4-point lead again to protect. Gabbert. Play action, right side, open, first down. Easy throw, easy catch. That's the rookie Rashee Rice. Of course, most notably famous for dropping that wide open one in the Browns preseason game where somebody got blown coverage or tripped or something, and they just chucked it up there like a punt, and it went right through the old breadbasket. 38-34. Chiefs now driving after that first down. Now Blaine Gabbert setting up screen right side, and it misses Edwards-Helaire. Shelby Harris with the pursuit. Again, technically he is the second defensive tackle, so Tomlinson gets subbed out, but Shelby Harris does not. They do not come in pairs of 2. Just one player. So Tomlinson got subbed out. Harris becomes the starter. Hurst becomes number 3. 3rd and 6. Same thing with MJ Emerson, for that matter. He gets instantly slotted up to the top corner. Back to pass. Gabbert, right side. Finds his man again. There's Rice for another first down. Caught a hole in between 2 white jerseys. Cam Mitchell was in the vicinity. Anthony Bell over there as well. 38-34, and a first down here achieved right at and across the midfield strike. Andy Reid looking a little slimmed down in this version of Madden.
Yep.
Stretch it to the right side. McKinnon gets right through. Browns ran right past him on either side, 8 yards, and he's looked way more effective than Nick Chubb did. Actually, so did Pacheco, for that matter. 2nd and 2. Gabbert. Left side, got a man in single coverage and knocked away. Ronnie Hickman was right there with Sky Moore, and he knocked it out of his hands, and now a big 3rd and 2, trickling down towards the 2-minute warning. Gabbert hands it off, and Isaiah McGuire swallows up Edwards-Helaire. 4th and 3. What a tackle for the rookie, Isaiah McGuire.
Yeah, absolutely great block shed right there. Very quickly in the backfield going up against the tight end. That's an easy win for McGuire. And they're going to go for it here on 4th and 3.
Here's the game, 4th and 3. Gabbert, left side, knocked away! Was that Matthew Adams up there with the tight end who swatted it out of his hands? It was McKinnon. Not the tight end, but Matthew Adams, either way, knocks it out, and the Browns will take over, and that should do it for this one.
It should.
Ready.
Well, we got a turnover on
downs.
Yep.
Does that count? You said you wanted a turnover. Yep. How about Ford? Right up the middle. Jerome Ford, watch out. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Browns. How about a little salt in that wound? Jerome Ford with a house call for the Browns.
That should be Nick Chubb out there. A bit surprising we don't see that from him, but we get to see it from Jerome Ford. But on the other hand, love seeing it either way, I suppose. It is nicely blocked up front. Jerome Ford showing his jets through the hole. Very nicely done from him, and he takes it to the grip.
But should he have no-mossed it and taken a knee at the 1?
No, I think it's all right. It's preseason, right? So it's not like they're I mean, regular season maybe,
right.
but let him get the touchdown. It's fun for him. On the other hand, though, those are the runs we expect to see from Nick Chubb a lot this season. And you know, the fact that we just never see them for Chubb in sim is a bit disappointing, and yet we get to see him from Ford, almost like what, his third touch of the ball game or something like that.
Yeah, second or third touch of the game for sure. Yeah, 504. I was thinking that too. I wonder if the Yeah, well, that's also part of it, Mason. As soon as Chris Jones is out, can suddenly run up the middle. I wonder if they will be able to say. I bet you they can't say Built Ford Tough because they'll get dinged for copyright, unless Ford's isn't a sponsor. Because yeah, I would absolutely love to hear Jim Donovan say stuff like that, but I bet you he can't.
He probably can't. Yeah.
Yeah, they did have the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts, so maybe it is okay to score the touchdown there. It was a 4-point game. There's no guarantee that you can just kneel the ball down. Now, I guess you could kick a field goal at the end. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are for when to score and when not to score anymore. Other than Nick Chubb was chastised for it against the Jets, and then we lost. So, anecdotally, he did the wrong thing. Second and 1 for Gabbert. And this one's going to be caught once again. A lot of work for the tight ends in this one. They've got 1 timeout left. They're at the 30-yard line. Gabbert again, left side. Knocked away this time. Cam Mitchell gets the left paw in there. 23 seconds to go. Guys, really appreciate you being on. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And remember to join us on our Discord channel so you can find out in advance of when we sim, even if it's just by 5 or 10 minutes. Still in advance and not having to wait for the YouTube notification to say, hey, they went live 10 minutes ago and you missed it. We can at least let you know in advance of when we sim. And then again, also vote on those other NFL games that you'd like us to preview. And Gabbert can't connect. Sky Moore couldn't bring it in. Emerson was over there just a little bit. Hickman was over there just a little bit late, but enough footsteps that Sky Moore was not able to bring it in. But we do appreciate you being on again. The next time that you see a sim on this channel, it will be officially regular season football, which is very exciting. And now thrown to the right side to Bell again. And he'll somehow get his way out of bounds. So they've got 8 seconds left at the 4-yard line. Trying to punch this one in here. Fantasy fans all over, hoping for another Blaine Gabbert touchdown. And he'll just throw it into the 3rd row. This would be 3-0 for our Sims in the preseason. 5:04. Nice break up there. Matthew Adams again playing some solid linebacker, which they need from him. Now 1 second left. Final play of the preseason. Browns will go 3-0 in this preseason. Gabbert throws a touchdown on the final play of the game to Justin Watson. They've got a Jalen Watson, a Justin Watson. They got all kinds of Watsons on their team. But that's how the game is going to come to an end. They're going to go for the 2-pointer, I guess, just to make it respectable. I don't know. Not sure why you'd even go for 2 over 1 here. Why you'd even make him kick the extra point. It's not going to do anything. And broken up by Hickman. And that's how it's going to end. 45-40, the Browns, preseason champs at 3-0 here in our sim at Nagy Sports. And it is time for the regular season, friends. Kit, why don't you wrap it up here?
Yeah, that was certainly an interesting game, kind of back and forth at times. Getting some of the work done here in the preseason as we are looking to gear up for the first game of the regular season. Very excited to be bringing that to you here soon. But definitely an exciting at times matchup between these two. Good things from the offense, good things from the defense. Some things you want to clean up, obviously, before the regular season starts. But certainly some fun stuff to see there today.
Absolutely, it was. Appreciate you being on with us today. Watson, 36 of 53 for 378, 4 touchdowns, and the 2 interceptions. Had the long of 46. DTR, 5 of 8, 56 yards. He had the touchdown and the interception as well. Chubb, just 2.7 a pop today, 14 for 39. Not what we expect from him. Ford, 1 carry, 61 yards, and it went for a touchdown, of course. Kelly had 8. Felton had 6. DTR had 4. And that one. Nick Chubb, your leading receiver today. 11 catches, 86 yards for him. Chief had 8 for 78, one of the touchdowns. DPJ, 7 for 52 and 2 touchdowns. But look at those 3 big drops for DPJ. in this one. Elijah Moore, 6 for 101. Akins, 4 for 76. 3 for Tillman, 2 for Cooper in one of the touchdowns. He also had a drop. Harrison Bryant targeted once, credited with 1 drop. Defensively speaking today, Anthony Walker with 11 tackles, 8 for MJ Emerson, Delpit, and Thornhill. 3 sacks for Miles, 1 for Fields, 1 for Zadarius Smith. In this one, they did not intercept them, but they did have 2 forced fumbles, once by Smith and once by Garrett, that were both recovered by the Browns. Well, that is it, friends. The preseason is over. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day. Make sure to head to the Discord and vote on the NFL schedule, because I might pop one of those sims here tomorrow and or Wednesday. Again, look for our Browns official sim to be somewhere in the Thursday, Friday range. But we will obviously let you know on the Discord channel. We're very excited to bring that one to you guys. So thank you so much to our subscribers. You guys truly are the best. We appreciate it and love you very much. Have a great rest of your Labor Day. Thanks for all of your labors. We appreciate that. And for Kit out on the left coast, Phil here in Central Ohio, we are Nagy on Sports, and we'll get out of here the way we always do by saying,
Go